Hi, welcome everybody. This is just an introductory message from me to you as we start our module 5122, Distance Learning for Psychology, Module 1B. You did the first 1A. We did that as the second semester last year, so now you're going to do this module during the first semester of this year. Okay, so that's our module code. It's 5122 1B. Last year you were 5121. Now we're 5122. My name's Rebecca Wakeford. I'm your online tutor, and I'm quite sure I would have been engaging with a number of you last year. So hopefully I've got the same group of students this semester because you all passed, and I look forward to journeying with you over the next couple of months. Just a note, in the module outline, there is a new textbook that's listed, but I want to point out that the new textbook is an updated edition of the textbook we used last year. So the new textbook is a 4th edition textbook. The textbook we used last year was a 3rd edition textbook, and it's really not necessary to buy the new textbook. The old textbook that you had last year will suffice completely for this module. So that's the Wheaton and Hassim one. 3rd edition 2018. The new textbook is a 2022 4th edition, and the material is pretty much exactly the same. So I really would suggest to you that you don't purchase the new textbook. You stick with the textbook that you already have. If you have already purchased the textbook, then I'm sure Wise Books or your book supplier, if you haven't used it yet, will take it as a return. So if there's any problems, please just let me know, but I really advise that you stick with the textbook that you had already purchased. Just a quick overview going through the module outline that you already have. If you haven't got it for any reason, I have uploaded it under the course material, under the More Resources folder. You know where to find that. So the purpose of this particular module, different from the last module we worked on, is to give us more insight into the way in which human behavior and experiences are shaped, and we start to develop our own informed opinions on significant influences on behavior. We look at the themes of personality, psychological disorders, therapy, stress, and health psychology over the course of this module. So they're really interesting learning units, and hopefully you will enjoy it maybe more than you might have enjoyed the first module. So the specific outcomes of this module, and this means that at the end of the module, these are the things that you should be able to do. You should be able to apply specific psychological theories and perspectives to given scenarios relating to the nature and development of the mind and its role in personality development, disorders, and stress. The second module outcome is you need to be able to evaluate the usefulness of given psychological theories as tools for explaining particular psychological and social phenomena. And the third outcome of the module is to be able to develop a conclusion regarding the most significant influences on human behavior and psychology within the context of the theories that we've covered throughout the course. So that is what you should be able to do at the end of this module. As we were last semester, the course in terms of its assessment is still exactly the same. You'll have integrated curriculum engagement activities, which are your ICE tasks. There are 4 of them. You'll have 2 assignments. Each assignment is weighted 25%. And you'll have your take-home exam, which is weighted 40%. So you all experienced this assessment method last year, and it will be exactly the same. Your ICE tasks are in your materials. There are certain activities across modules 1 to 4 that where the activity is labeled, it's got the word ICE task in front of it, so you should be able to pick them up clearly, and I'll also put them as a link in the More Resources folder. Your assignments will be made available to you as soon as they're released, and I'll keep you updated on those, and I'll post them up as soon as I've got them. And the take-home exam, obviously, we get just before we write the exam at the end of the semester. I'm also your lead OT for this semester, so before the assignments are due and before the take-home exam is due, I'll be running national support sessions so we can go through the papers in a little bit more detail and make sure that you understand what's required of you. So as I said to you, the ICE tasks, don't stress too much about them. I will just point them out when we get to our first collab session, and there's 4 of them, and as per last year, they counted for 10% of your mark. The assessments, there are two assignments. There's 2 assignments, as we said, 25%. All the dates I've put on the calendar for you. Your first assignment is due on the 14th of April, and that will cover learning units 1 and 2. And your second assignment is due on the 1st of June. That will cover your learning units 3, 4, and probably 5. And like I said to you, we have the national support session. I haven't put the dates for the national support session yet on the calendar. I was waiting for the assignment dates, which we've only just had released to us. So there are your assignments dates, and those are on your calendar for you to have, and you can note them now. I have also, under the course material on the more resources, I have also uploaded last year's module outline for this module, for 1B, 5122 1B, because it gives more accurate chapters and page numbers if you're still going to be using the old textbook. So when we work through the learning units, I would suggest that the content is exactly the same, but the chapters and the page numbers are slightly different. So you'll see the module 2, this 1B module from the 2022 material. It's called, and I've labeled it 2022 module outline. So I would suggest you refer to that, and that's what I will be using as a guide. The material is exactly the same. It's just the page number references are slightly different. I will try and get it updated for you, but for ease of reference now, just work on that 2022 guide for the learning units. So our learning units for this semester, we look at human development, which is chapter 11 in our book. We look at personality. We look at stress, coping, and health. We look at abnormal behavior. We look at the treatment of abnormal behavior, and we look at cognition and intelligence. So interesting topics for us. Each learning unit has got specific learning outcomes. So like we had the module outcomes that I explained a little slide or two ago, at the end of each learning unit, there are specific things that you need to know you understand. And it's those learning outcomes that you need to be able to do at the end of the learning unit, and that's what you'll be assessed against. So make sure that when you look at the learning unit, you take note specifically of each learning outcome, and we'll cover those in our collab sessions before we start the session, so we're clear on what the learning outcomes are for each of those learning units that we have to work through. Okay, the collabs. Last year we had collabs on a Monday. This year we'll be running collabs on a Thursday. We've got a lot more modules this year, so the collabs that I've been assigned to, or the space that I've been assigned to, so that we don't clash with any of your other modules, is on a Thursday. So our collabs will be every second Thursday, and we start on Thursday the 16th of March from 6 to 7 p.m. Might seem like a little while from now, but we've still got plenty of reading we can do, and if we have a collab every 2 weeks, we've got enough time to even finish with a revision session before the exam starts. So please don't worry about looking at the date and thinking, oh, it's still quite a while until the 16th. Remember that as a distance student, it's your responsibility to cover the material. It's not my responsibility to cover the material for you. I just help you in areas where you've got problems, and I cover areas where I think you might need more support when I do the collab sessions. But between now and the 16th of March, it's up to you to start to engage with your material through your book, through using the module outline, and through using the resources available to you on VC Learn that are set up for you to work through. So just remember, during the collab sessions, I explain the important content, and I start with the first learning unit, and I will record them, and the recordings will be uploaded under more resources. But I do really encourage you to attend the sessions, because that's about the only opportunity you have to engage directly with me and with your classmates around difficulties and challenges that you are having. So please note, our first one starts on the 16th of March. I've put all the collab dates on the calendar, so you can book them all off in your own schedules. But they'll be between 6 and 7 every second Thursday, starting from the 16th of March. Remember, please, I think you'd all got the hang of APA referencing towards the end of the year. I have put all the referencing guides back under more resources. So when it gets to assignment time or you need to use referencing, all the resources are there for you. If I pointed out during your exams or during your assignments where I felt your referencing was weak, please, the online information specialist, she's there to help you, and rather start the year off on the right foot than the wrong foot. And if you feel that you struggled last year with research and with referencing and you really need to improve on it this year, then make an appointment with the librarian before the assignments take place, so that when you start to do your research for assignments, you know where to look, you know how to reference, you know how to read academic articles. So that is an area where people fell down towards the end of the year. Please, I would suggest that you start working on your referencing and make use of the online information specialist before they get busy closer to assignment time. You know where your weaknesses are, and make sure you correct them so that we have a smooth sailing semester in terms of referencing. So the guides are there, and please make use of the support resources. Okay, and finally, what happens next? So like I said, we've got our collab session on the 16th of March at 6. So please be prepared for that. I do require you to have read the material that's available. So that's chapter 11 of our textbook. You need to work through the material that's provided for you on VC Learn. Remind yourself of how to reference, and you again have any questions that you'd like to ask at that session. So please, it's not the 16th of March is not the day you start work. The 16th of March is the day that you should have really got to the end of the learning unit for learning unit 1, and I will cover the important points just to help you, guide you, and to make sure that you understand. So your work starts from now. My work starts on the 16th of March. Please understand that. If you want to email me, if you've got any questions, there's my email address for you, wakeford@iieconnect.ac.za. Remember, I can help with module queries, I can help with material queries, I can help with anything to do with the content, but any problems you've got with VC itself, if you've got problems accessing modules, if you've got problems getting materials, then please, you do need to log the VC support ticket so that they can help you directly. I can't help with those problems. I would just refer you back to the VC Assist and VC Support portal. So materials, content, anything like that, please contact me. Give me 24 hours to respond. I do have other modules that I work with and a number of other students, so I can't always get to you straight away, but I do make a concerted effort to get back to you within 24 hours or 48 hours over a weekend. And please, when you do email me, just make sure you put that you're in 5122. And if we've got more than one group, you put your group number. So please, it just helps guide me to be able to answer your question when I don't have to go back to you and say, which group are you in or which module are you doing? You make that clear in the beginning of your question. All right, so that's that, everybody. Please feel free to get hold of me if you've got any questions. Pop me an email. I'm available from now to be able to help you. And if not, then I will see you on the 16th of March at 6 o'clock. I will send you a link to the collab. I will also send you a reminder so that you don't forget. And I wish you all the best for this second semester.